Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be talking about Fallout 4 yet again, because this time, over the Christmas holidays, I managed to actually play the thing, and it is nothing short of phenomenal. Now, it was highly confusing when I first started, because the first thing you have to get used to is the fact that you can melee with guns, and that's very interesting. But the bigger changes come with the fact that the perk system and the skill trees have been completely radicalized in comparison to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Just ignore the previous titles for them. We'll talk about those later. You've still got a skill tree, but it's based on what skills you can unlock depending on how many points you've got on the special stats. So if you've got 10 luck, you can go to the 10th tier on the luck perk tree. But if you only got 1 luck, you can only access the first tier. And that's how it works. So the more tiers you've got access to, the more perks you've got. But that's not always a good thing, because you can always focus yourself into certain perk trees and then ignore others. Like I always ignore perception and luck. So you end up with a character that's got no range whatsoever and has no luck, but can carry stuff and punch stuff really, really well. But the one thing that surprised me as well was also the variety of gameplay when it came to the power armor, the missions, and the overall feel of it, because this game is genuinely terrifying in comparison to previous titles. Because Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, while scary in moments and while unsettling, were definitely more black comedy titles, whereas this has genuinely got a sense of horror to it that actually made me feel uncomfortable at certain points. There's an area in the game called the Glowing Sea, which is the bottom kind of southwest of the map, and that's the Fallout area for Boston, and it is genuinely terrifying to explore. I made the mistake of venturing in there without power armor, then managed to find some power armor, and was still scared witless, because death claws, feral ghouls, rad scorpions, stingwings, and there was something else, are all very unpleasant because they're up in your face, they're big, they're mean, and they deal a lot of damage. And that's something else as well. The actual difficulty level versus other Fallout games is actually, increased slightly, in my opinion anyway, simply because ammunition, even when you've got high charisma like 8 or 9 or 10, is still incredibly pricey. That being said, if you're a smart player and you use purified water and vegetables over stim packs, which you should, then you'll have oodles of stim packs left over, because, if you've got the medic perk, they restore 60% of all your lost health, and if you've got high endurance, which you should do, because why not, then you will automatically get a lot of hit points back regardless of, what the perk does. They've also changed the sneak system, and that desperately confused me because it's not like Skyrim either, despite the fact that they've made a lot of Skyrim-esque changes to the game. Because when you sneak in this game, you've got a bar at the top that shrinks like that, depending on how detected you are. If it's out here, you're not detected at all. If it's like that, you're very detected. And it's a bit of a weird indication, because you can go from being hidden like that to danger like that in a second, because I can't for the life of me figure out which perk increases stealth. I'm sure there probably is one, but I'm not a very stealthy person when it comes to Fallout. I prefer the double barrel shotgun to the face tactic. And they have brought the double-barreled shotgun back. It's not a sawn-off. They have actually made it into a proper gun now, which makes me so happy, because you can just run up to someone and go, much like in Point Lookout in Fallout 3, where that gun did phenomenal amounts of damage. But Fallout 4 overall is a fantastic experience that builds on other aspects in the Fallout series, and I can understand why people have been bitching about it, but I can't for the life of me bring myself to do it, because I'm too much of a fan, and I hate myself for saying that, but I really, really am. I love the fact you can actually alter settlements, but you should be able to name settlers. I love the fact you've got power armor, but I hate that you have to find fusion cores for the thing to work properly. I despise how difficult it is to get adhesive. However, the satisfaction when you actually upgrade a weapon fully is phenomenal. But the one thing that caught my eye was the fact that there is no level cap. There is no limit to how high you can go in this game. All perks stop at 50, but you can go past that point to unlock everything in the game, in theory, if you've got enough of everything. If you've got 10 in every single special slot, then you can, in theory, unlock every single perk. It will just take you a really, really, really long time. So if you've not played Fallout yet on any system, I would highly recommend it because it's a great way to waste all of your time. Over the 2 weeks I had off, I managed to spend about 2.5 days on it. 2 days on it, take that back, 2 days on it. And it's fantastic. It really is. And I can understand why people have been giving it Game of the Year awards. And I really think I need to play The Witcher 3 because that wiped the floor with everything else when it came to the Game of the Year awards. And I mean, literally. But thank you so much for this video. I will come up with footage for more Fallout related stuff in the future. And I hope you enjoyed this.